Hello everybody, this is Anna with Benny, also known as Anna-Nita on Ravelry. And on the screen you can see where you else can find me. I have forgotten that I have a Patreon page if you want to support me with the monthly pledge. Hop over to Patreon and yeah, that would be great and awesome because you would help me keep up the podcast and improve the technique stuff around the podcast and so its quality. Here with our Ravelry group, we are doing 2 year-long knit-alongs, the Year of Ornaments. You can participate via our Ravelry group. And there is the treasure chest along. That means crocheting or making stuff, knitting, crocheting, sewing stuff for other people as presents, no matter for which occasion. And you can insert there to be able to win a prize at the end of the year. And then we also have, in addition, a seasonal make-along, the fall along. You should, to be able to win a prize, you should create stuff in fall colors or you need for fall, like sweaters or hats or something. It's very easy to fit in something. This still runs 5 weeks, so there's plenty of time. If you need more information, please hop over to our Ravelry group. I have sticked the threads at the top so you can't miss them. My voice is getting better and better, but I still have to cough, so maybe I have to cut out a lot in post-production. Let me check my notes. Oh yes, a lovely viewer, she is Annabelle Bumps on Ravelry. She offered us also a prize for the fall long. She is designing patterns. I have looked at her Ravelry store and I think there are mostly sock patterns, and she offered us one pattern of your choice, so for the winner, as a prize. So we have 2 prizes. One prize is a pattern from Ravelry up to $10 and the other prize is from Annabelle Bum's Ravelry pattern store. Okay, I will try to link to everything in the description field below. Yeah, I'm not really doing show notes. I don't know if you want show notes. If you want some, please comment in the YouTube comment section. Otherwise, I will only link to, these kind of things, not everything. But tell me how you like it. Okay, today is Sunday and I have some whips to show you, mail, and so happy mail because I received a lovely package, then one purchase and a little bit in the blathering section because I took the knitting boat or knitting ship trip yesterday with my friend Karina I want to talk about. So let's start. Because it's fall, I have already packed everything in my not hand-sewn, machine-sewn, but handmade fall bag. It's very huge because fall projects are often huge, but in here are 2 smaller ones. And the dog is laying on my lap like, I don't know. The first whip I want to show you is my sock. And it is out of... Benny, no. It is out of Scruffy Gnome in the colorway Pumpkin Spice Latte by Gnome Acres. Unfortunately, they have closed their shop. I so hope that they will open one time again, one day, I hope. And I have this in my stash for 2 years now. And I treasured it. And now I thought it's the time. They have closed their shop. It's fall. I have to start my sock. And this is a plain sock without any patterning. I'm doing, as always, a 2x2 ribbing, 64 stitches, and plain stockinette. I have these on 2mm needles. Normally I use 2.5, but I think that this yarn is very thin, so I prefer the texture I get with 2mm needles. And I really, really like the colorway. As I told you, I'm not so crazy about pumpkin spice latte, but I think it's funny, and I like that it's a thing in the US. I don't know, I find it funny that so many people enjoy one certain beverage, seasonal beverage, so much that indie dyers decided to dye yarn in that color. I think it's very funny. Yeah. I will do heel and toe in contrasting colors, and as always, mostly white, because white is my most favorite contrasting color for heels and toes. Sometimes cuff, but I really like to start right away with the fun part, and the fun part is always the colored yarn or the patterning yarn. Yeah, there isn't really much to what I could say about it. The needles are the Knit Pro Symphonies, my preferred needles for projects like hats or socks, without, if I don't knit lace or yeah, intricate things, for if I don't knit patterns for which I need a very sharp needle tip, I love my symphonies because I like the wood. It's slippery enough, so the needles are fast enough, and the feel of wood in my hand is much nicer than metal. Yeah, but for bigger projects, like pullovers and so on. Well, no, I also knit my cardigan on the symphonies. So I like to use the Haya or the Chow Goose if I need a very sharp tip. If I have to do many knit two togethers in lace, for example. Otherwise, I love the Knit Pro Symphonies. The next work in progress is a hat. And you have seen it already in the last episode. And I'm knitting this out of a yarn held double. I have bought this 1 year ago, and it is by the company Das Mondschaf. It's a German company, an indie dyer. And in my opinion, if you check their homepage, in my opinion, the colorways are very similar to the hedgehog fibers. So I don't know if she planned to dye as hedgehog fibers or if it is coincidence, but I think they are very similar and I like it. And it's easier for me to get. Yeah. It's the colorway Grey Parade. It's normal sock yarn, 75-25. So yeah. And I'm knitting I have to look at my notes how it's called, Standing Rock Hat. It's basically only a ribbed hat for 9.5 inches. Maybe I will knit even a longer hat because I need much slouch for my hair because mostly I'm wearing a ponytail. Do you also say ponytail? I think so. And everything has to fit in the hat because otherwise it looks like an alien hat. If it's a fitted hat and then you wear a ponytail, I hate that. So I need slouchy hats. Yeah, it's only ribbing. I'm using, from the beginning on, I was using 3.5mm needles. Again, my symphonies, because I have an interchangeable needle set. It was my first, I only have this one set, and I bought it very soon after taking knitting more serious. Yeah, I really like how it's patterning because it's not pooling, it's not stripy, it's more like a spiral. And do you see this? Wait. Here, here, and here. It's like a spiral. It is soft, but not ultra soft. So I think it will keep me very warm. I don't know why, but often the not so soft yarns are so much better in keeping warm. I don't know why, because it's merino. If it has something to do with the texture or the spin the yarn has, I don't know. Yeah. But the itchy scratchy yarns, so the really itchy scratchy yarns, often are the best for very cold weather. But that's not itchy or scratchy, not at all. It's blowing out very much. Wait. And it has sparkle. It's very easy because it's only ribbing. I'm surprised that I enjoy it because mostly the ribbing part of the sock is the part I really don't enjoy. I don't know why I don't like to knit ribbing normally, but at the moment I really enjoy it because it's mindless. You have to do something, but on the one hand you have to do something, not as in stockinette, but on the other hand you don't have to think. It's mindless. And yeah, this is pretty much a Law and Order and Bones knit. Yeah, I can't, no, I can, but I don't normally watch TV without doing something like crocheting or knitting. Yeah, I don't know, I enjoy to do this during watching TV. And now at the moment I'm watching, because we paused a little bit with Bones, I'm watching Dr. House now with my boyfriend. I know that you like him laying there, but I don't plan it. It's like he decided to join. Yes, he does what he wants. Yeah, and at the moment I'm watching Dr. House because I tried it way earlier, enjoyed it. I think in the second, third or fourth episode or so, one person received a treatment which I didn't want to see. They poked. I'm pretty sure that is not the medicine technique word, the correct word, but they poked a needle into the pupil of an eye. I know this treatment is real. I know who received this treatment and so on, but I don't want to see it, you know? Just don't want to see it. I don't know if I was doing something during watching TV or so. I only can remember I looked up and saw a needle in someone's eye and thought, okay, no, I really don't want to see that. It's not that I can't stand it or so, but I don't want to see that. I don't know. Because maybe I'm suffering with the person so much. It's compassion I feel, and I know that this treatment does not hurt. I don't know why. Maybe in the pupil are no, read the screen, I don't know the English word at the moment. Nerves? Are they called nerves? Maybe there are no nerves, so it can't hurt. Because, yeah. But, so it doesn't hurt, but it's like not so nice, right? So I stopped watching Dr. House. And my boyfriend was starting to watch it again, and by coincidence I sat next to him and realized, oh, he's watching Dr. House. Well, I won't leave the room, I will stay here. And I realized now that after a few episodes, he is pretty much his character is very similar to Sherlock Holmes. He is like totally like Sherlock Holmes. He doesn't care about feelings. He can't recognize feelings of other people. He's very smart, focused. He digresses never. Yeah, he is. And he is rough. Very rough. Because he doesn't care for feelings. And Sherlock Holmes is totally the same. And that's the reason why I like him so much. It's very interesting. So we are watching Dr. House at the moment. And I don't know when we will start with Bones again. Not start, so watch on with Bones. Then there is, sorry for digressing, another whip. My last whip for this week. It's my crochet, so my Afghan. I think a crocheted blanket is called Afghan. And a knitted blanket is a blanket, right? So I think it's an Afghan now. It's my Christmas Afghan. And I will insert a video here because it's too big for the screen. So now you were able to see how big it is already. Benny decided to video bomb this segment, but I found it cute, so I won't cut it out in post-production. I only want to show you now how much I have done since last showing. Progress keepers. I don't know if only podcasters use them, but I think it comes very handy for podcasting. So here is my progress keeper I have received from a viewer. It says, "So very blessed," and I feel very blessed. And that's how much I have done. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. I'm at the 26th row since last time showing. So now I can put the marker somewhere else here. You see? That's where I stopped for the next time, last time. And that's my blanket. It is made out of, or I'm making this out of Schachenmeier. You would pronounce it Schackenmeier. Bravo. It's 100% acrylic yarn. It's my first 100% acrylic item I create, and I have to say acrylic is not acrylic. There is very cheap no-name acrylic, and that can be very itchy, scratchy and plasticky, but this feels very nice. Touching it, you wouldn't know that it is 100% acrylic, in my opinion. No, you can't really feel. You don't feel plastic. And it's very warm because I'm having it on my lap. I have to have it on my lap during working on it. And it was very cold the last days in the evenings and in the mornings. And it keeps me very, very warm. And it's very soft. So awesome quality yarn for acrylic. And it's really nice. I like the colors. It's so Christmassy. And my yarn cakes I store in my Christmas bag. I don't know, I have sewn it last year or the year before last year with a button. Yeah, because it's a Christmas project, so I need a Christmas bag, right? And here you can see my cakes, my notions pouch. I have always in my main current project bag measuring tapes and a pencil and needles and everything. And I'm crocheting this with a 4.5mm hook, and it must be in US terms size 7. If this is not a common way to say that, I can also say it's the size between G and H, because there is no letter between them. So it's size 7, and it's the size between G and H. Yeah. I bought a set of hooks on Amazon last year, and I really love the quality. They are called Fusions, and they were very, very cheap. I don't know if it was a special offer. You should check it out on Amazon if you need some, because they are very nice. In the hand, your hands won't hurt even after hours of crocheting. Yeah, so very, very nice. These were my whips. Now we come to mail. Lacey, you are so awesome. Really, you are awesome. She is Lacey from the Etsy shop Little Robin Cottage. I will link it in the show notes because you have to check that stuff out. She is producing in a very high quality. It's awesome. So she said she wants to send me a surprising package. And I said, yes, that would be awesome. Thank you very much. And I was expecting something, but I have not expected so much. And it's so generous. It's awesome. So I will start with the Halloween pouch. She has added this little and always when this rings. Oh no, Benny found something. Lacey knows now what Benny found because I have it on my sofa and okay, I will start with this. She packed something for Benny too and he loved these. They are very... Benny, willst du noch einen haben? Lacey, he loves these. Willst du einen haben? Ja? Runter. Okay, now to the Halloween pouch. It's so cute and I have never seen a pumpkin as a bell. I know the Christmassy bells, but not pumpkin. It's so cute. And I like the fabric and it's very high quality. Inside are spiders. And that was the pouch I took with me yesterday on the knitting trip. Now I have 2 pouches. That's very useful, so I don't have to always put it out of the other bag. That's the first one. Then she added the stitch markers or progress keepers. You can use them as both. Tees. Here you can see her label. Very nice tees and progress keeper. And there's especially one. This cup. This is so cute. I really like that. And bird. And this flower. Very nice. And I love the teacup. That will be my favorite one. And here is her card. And her information. Okay, the next thing is a needle cozy. Very nice. Oh, even she has this here inside also a label. And the matching, yes, project bag. And now look, I mean, it couldn't be better. It's sturdy, it's perfect. I mean, look here, the zipper, how she's hiding the ends of the zipper. Here is a knitter's haven, Little Robin Cottage, a knitter's haven. And this screams my name. Handmade. This bag definitely screams my name because these are my colors. I love blues and creams and this delicate fabric. It's awesome. And you can also use the tassel on something else because it has a... I don't know how you call it. I looked up the word once, but... And she has pockets inside. A big pocket and a smaller pocket. It's so awesome. And that's not all. There is another very awesome thing and you can hear it already. It's so awesome. It's a Halloween bag with dogs in costumes. And again, a pumpkin. Here you can put something, you know. handle. It's so cute. He looks like Scooby-Doo. And he is the cutest. Na, willst du irgendwas erzählen? Yeah. And again, very neat work. Inside, again, this fabric. And the same, no, not the same pocket system. One big pocket. Awesome. Awesome. This is so awesome. I will definitely use it. We'll start to use it from today on. I didn't want to use the other things because I wanted to keep it neat and clean so I can show off better. So definitely hop over to her shop and buy her stuff. I wouldn't say it if I wasn't convinced of what I'm saying. I don't make ads for stuff or things I don't like or so, just to help someone. No, this is definitely high quality and I had many bags in my hand already. Awesome stuff, really. Thank you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And we will do a advent calendar swap and I'm very much looking forward to that. Okay, that was mail and now we come to purchase. I have bought yesterday on the knitting ship a Christmas yarn. It's Ferner Wolle, so that's an Austrian company, it's Austrian yarn, and I didn't know that they produce every year a new Christmas colorway, and so I bought this. It will create a Fair Isle Norwegian patterned sock in these Christmas colors, and it's very soft because I have had Ferner Wolle often in my hands and it was always scratchy, so I have never bought it. But this is ultra soft. And this is again a thicker sock yarn. I explained it in the last, or in the, I think in the last episode, or no, in the episode before the last episode. So 2 episodes ago I explained the difference, the different sock yarn weights we have in the German speaking countries, because I don't think that you have this in the US. This is sechsfädig. I will call it 6-ply, but it's not the same as you say 6-ply in the US. It has nothing to do with the twist of the yarn. It has to do how many strands are in the yarn. And here are 6 strands. In a normal sock yarn, you have 4 strands. This is awesome. And this is not purchase, not mail, but a present. Yesterday, that will lead us to the blathering section. If you care, stay with me and listen to me. If not, we will see each other next week. So yesterday I was with Karina, my knitting friend, on the knitting ship, and she gifted me this tiny little package for as a school cone, so to say. So instead of a school cone, first graders always receive this cone, and it's filled with tiny presents and treats. And this is, now I will open the ribbon. This is a homespun house, and I saw it and thought, oh, it's brown and beige, so awesome. I like these colors so much. But it is also a Harry Potter colorway, and that made it even more special because it's called the Elder Wand, and that makes this very special. The Elder Wand, you know, it's something very special. It's so pretty. I don't know what he's smelling right now, but now he's sitting on my lap. Okay, awesome. And gingerbread. Yeah. Okay, that was that blathering section. Knitting ship. It was the 3rd time that this event happened, and it was the 2nd time that I have participated. It's very nice. So you do a ship tour, a boat. It's a ship. So I will try to insert a photo here. And we cruise upon the Neusiedler See. And during that we had a small cold lunch and cake and coffee. And on the first floor of the ship there was a marketplace. This year the marketplace wasn't that awesome, but for me it was easier to deal with it, because okay, I told it Karina also, I love a very good marketplace with awesome indie dyed yarns and so on, but last year it was like that, many awesome vendors, but it created very much stress, maybe only for me. I couldn't enjoy the ship tour last year as much as this year, because I spent so much time looking through the yarns and buying yarns, and it was very crowded. And yes, this year I knew I don't want to buy nothing, only this Christmas yarn, which is also a souvenir yarn for this tour. And I only looked through the vendors, and I don't know, 5 minutes or so, and then we both bought only one skein of this sock yarn, and we went downstairs again and enjoyed the tour. And that was, yeah, it was much nicer than spending too much time at a crowded marketplace and spending a lot of money. So yeah, so I enjoyed it very much. We met a woman we met last year already, and we exchanged our contact information. Maybe we can start a knitting group, or we will attend an already existing knitting group together. So that was very, very, very nice. And the weather was awesome. It was really warm. So as warm as a normal northern German summer day. Not like this year. This year it was very hot also in northern Germany, but normally, you know, it's not so hot. It was very windy. I had to take care of my dress because it was like Marilyn Monroe, lifting up a little bit too often. And I was wearing my Feathers in the Wind cardigan, which is technically a pullover. And I have received so many compliments for that. That was so nice. Very many ladies came to me and asked, "Did you make this?" "Yes, I did. I made this." "Wow, that's so stunning. Which pattern is it?" So I was making the joke that I should ask Cory Locatelli if I can get money for every pattern she sells because of my ad I'm doing for her, because yeah, many ladies wrote down the pattern, or I wrote down the pattern for them, and I think they will buy it because they loved it. And that's what I like about Hohi's designs, because they asked, is it a self-made garment? Because they weren't sure. Not because of my skill, but I think because of the design. Because many handmade, especially in the German-speaking countries, to be honest, the handmade designs look always as handmade. It's often not very stylish. And I like to knit stuff I also would buy, you know? I think there shouldn't be a huge difference regarding the design. And I think that's the reason why so many ladies asked me if this is a handmade garment and if they could have the pattern. Yeah, Hohi Locatelli is awesome. Is there another thing? Yeah, there was a tiny little story. I like to write down stuff my students said. I have a tiny little booklet in which I keep all the quotes of my students, quotes which touched me or quotes which are very funny. And so this week I came into the class, and there were still the students I don't teach, because not every student is attending the religion lessons. And so it was a student I didn't know. And he came to me and asked me, "Why are you here today?" And I said, "Well, I'm teaching religion today. I know you are not my student, but your co-students will have religion now." No, you in Germany, you have this feast today. Why do you have to work?" It was the day of the German unity. So it was the 3rd October the 3rd. And you don't have to work on that day in Germany, but I'm living in Austria. And he thought, all the Germans living in Austria will not have to work because it's a German, a German holiday. So that was, I find that very funny that a 8-year-old was aware of the Germans have their day today. That was very cute. And yeah, and I wanna present just a short presentation of a diary I am keeping, or I'm writing. I really like that. It is made by a German economy student. No, he wasn't a student anymore. Oh yes, when he was writing this, he was still studying economy. This is the German version, but you can also get this on Amazon in English. It's the 6 minutes diary. It looks like this. 1 page, 1 day. And you have a morning routine. This is the first part. Then here's always a nice quote. And this is your evening routine. Here you can see the moon and the sun. Morning routine, evening routine. Every routine takes 3 minutes. That's the reason why it's called the 6 minutes diary. This diary was invented to increase happiness, because every day you have to say what you are grateful for. 3 things what you are grateful for. Then you have to write down what would make your day today better, what would increase your life quality this day. Then you have to write down something you want to achieve today. In the evening, you have to answer the question, what have you done for someone else today? Something good. Only for someone else. What will I do better tomorrow? And 3 nice things you have experienced today. And this you do every day. At the end of the week, you have weekly questions. They are different every week, and they are, you learn much about yourself. Questions like, for example, in this week, one question was, if this today was your last day of your life, what would you do? Or the next question, would you like to live again 5 years of your childhood? Or would you like to live, if you have to choose, or would you like to live 5 years of your future? And why? Do you believe in life after death? If so, how do you imagine this? If no, would you like to believe in that? Or which purchase under 100 euro has had the most impact on you the last 6 months? Sorry, I'm translating here. What motivates you the most to get up or in the morning? And why don't you integrate? I hope that's right. Integrate something of that more in your life. So these were the questions for this week, and you have every week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions, different questions. And then after 1 month, you have to, let me see, yeah, you have a monthly check. This is like a rating system. So you rate, for example, your gratitude. How grateful have you been this month? 1 to 10. And 10 is the most and 1 is the least. Or family, how content have you been with your family or your friends or your relationship, or how much fun did you have last month, and so on. So it's an overview every month, and you can see, are you increasing your happiness in these segments of your life, or are you decreasing, and why, and so on. And you have a habit tracker here, yeah, every month. So I'm doing this since August now, And now I really have my routine every day, because in the beginning some days I skipped it, I have forgotten, or I wasn't in the mood. But now that I'm working again, I'm back in a daily routine. It's very good for me to have this schedule every week. I know when I have to get up. I know when I come home, and so that improved my life, my lifestyle very much. And now it's easier to keep up with the everyday diary. You can do this next to your normal diary or journal, because I also write diary in a more detailed way, but this is a thing you can really throw in your stressful daily life. And this diary starts with very much information. So all that's the beginning of the book. Over 70 pages are only information how you should use this diary. Explains every step, how you what they mean with their questions. They explain the daily questions, and he is telling his story, why he invented this kind of diary, how it came to that, because he has had an accident when he was studying abroad, and he was on his motorcycle and had a car crash. The car driver didn't stop. He drove away, and he laid there alone in the hot summer, on a hot summer day. And then he was in the hospital for 4 months, and it wasn't sure if he would lose his leg. And yeah, it was horrible what he has experienced. And all the people around him always asked him, why are you so content? Why are you so happy? It's so horrible what you have to where you have to go through, and you are suffering so much, and you don't even know if you lose your leg. So why are you so happy? And that made him think about, okay, why am I happy? What is going on here? And so he did a lot of self-reflection, and the end product of this self-reflection is this diary. And he also explains why this will increase your happiness with scientific background. It's very, very good. So some people maybe think this is just nonsense or stupid or something, but I can say I'm doing this since the end of August now, and I really enjoy it. And it improves my mood and my happiness. Yeah, because you are focusing on the positive things. You have to ask yourself every day, what are you grateful for? Only 3 things. And you start with the big things, like grateful for, I don't know, my family, my job, or that, I don't know, yeah, my health or so. But then if you do this every day, you are soon through with the big things. So you have to think about the small things, like the sunshine, or my coffee in the morning. I'm very grateful for coffee in the morning. And then you start to focus, because you have written it down, you start to focus on these small things, and you realize even more small things in the everyday life you wouldn't have thought of. I hope that was grammatically okay to say that. And that's the way how this book improves your life. It opens your eyes for the small things. And yeah, and you reflect about yourself and your habits. So I can totally recommend this. I just wanted to talk about it today because yeah, I really enjoy in the mornings. I have to get up very early, 5:30 I have to get up, and I only have 1 hour until I have to leave for my work because I have a long drive. And in 1 hour I have to get ready, and I have to prepare breakfast, but I eat it at school. I drink my coffee, and I have to go for a walk with my dog. So 1 hour is not much time, but I don't want to get up even earlier. So I have to fit in everything in 1 hour. And although it's not much time, I can take 3 minutes every day during drinking my coffee. I do my morning routine in this book, and it's awesome. I only light a candle. I don't look at, it's a hint he gives in this book. Don't look at your phone the first 15 or 30 minutes in the morning. Just focus on yourself. How are you feeling? What do you want to achieve today? And all that stuff. After that, you can deal with other stuff and the influences from outside. But the first 15 or 30 minutes, focus on you. Because otherwise you won't do it all day. And the other people, your surrounding, the traffic, your boss, your colleagues, they will influence you more than you do yourself. And that's not so nice. So influence yourself. Okay. That was everything for this week. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, if you want to support me, hop over to Patreon and leave a monthly pledge there if you like. I will link in the down bar. Otherwise, I hope you find everything in the down bar. I try to link everything I have mentioned. And I wish you a very happy week full of happiness and crafting and good coffee in the morning. Bye bye.